for ya, but it's okay. I said I'm trying to pull up on ya, headed that way, and I'm like, why you trying to gas like me? Why you got the pretty like?
Okay, turn all the lights to 100% brightness.
9 lights to 100%.
Okay, good morning y'all. It's Monday today and it's around 10 a.m. right now. The reason I didn't go to the gym this morning is because our previous sprint is ending today and I just wanted to go through all my previous tasks and close them before the new sprint planning session. So in 45 minutes we're gonna have the meeting to plan out the next 2 weeks and I think I'm gonna hit the gym after that. And this is one of my favorite parts about being in tech because you can kind of wiggle your days around, if that makes any sense. Anyways, this week we got a bunch of work to do, a bunch of things to talk about, so let's lock in and get this bread.
What's up, bro?
Let's go back.
Let's get this working.
Oh my god. I swear these are the best tacos in the whole world. I can't believe I just did that, honestly. This is insane. You gotta try this out. And they're healthy as well. So I asked y'all to drop me some questions on IG and we got a lot of them. But by far the most asked question was basically how do you break into tech? And this is something I've tried to stay away from speaking on because I feel like most people are looking for a quick fix or a cheat code to their problem. But in reality, there just isn't one, or at least not that I know. So if you know a cheat code, please let me know. Yeah, I feel like most people already know what they need to do, but they're just not doing it. I think in general, people interested in tech are very analytical and they want to have the whole journey mapped out before they even start. And for most things, that's actually a good plan. Like you should know exactly what you're gonna do before you even start. But when it comes to things like learning a new skill, I don't think that's the way to go because you learn so much from failure. Now, basically, you got two big problems at your fingertips. You need to get interviews and you need to pass interviews. Most people honestly fall into the first category. They cannot get interviews. So to those people, why are you worried about passing interviews if you can't get them? Like that doesn't make any sense in my opinion. You should just turbo focus on getting interviews first and then worry about passing them. But anyways, now that you got these two big problems, you need to simplify them even further. Like, how do you get interviews? You need to convince someone to take time out of their day and interview you. And how do you do that? You need a good resume. How do you get a good resume? You need to build good projects. Nowadays with AI, it's a bit harder, I think, because, you know, back in the days, you could just whip up some sorting algorithm visualizers and things of this nature. But now AI can basically one-shot those applications. So I'd honestly say just have one or two projects that are good, like actual good projects, not something that AI can just one-shot with one prompt. Ideally, these projects somehow relate to things that you like in real life. Because now once you've built this application and you can get interviews, you have so much to talk about because you can combine these two things. And it's not even gonna feel like an interview, it's just two people talking about things that the other one likes. But also think about this from the recruiter's perspective. You have hundreds of applications and you can at max interview maybe 15 of those. And if your resume shows that you're not willing to put in the effort to land a job, then why should the recruiter interview you and take time out of their busy schedule just to give you a shot? I know it sounds harsh, but that's how it is on every single industry. You have to give them a reason to take time out of their day to give you a chance. Now on the plus side, most people aren't willing to do that, so you can surpass those people. And if you're watching videos like these or tech videos in general and you're actually interested in this stuff, then I doubt your intelligence is gonna be a blocker for you. It's just about who wants it the most. I feel like this was a crazy rant. I'm sorry about that. If you want a full dedicated video on this topic, then let me know. But just a disclaimer, it's not gonna be some cheat code that's gonna land you a job in a month, bro. Like, no, this is gonna take a lot of effort. But if you do put in the work, then it's possible. I've seen it myself. My old schoolmates and stuff, they're landing internships even in 2025. But you really gotta put in the work and there's no way to cheat hard work. But now I'm gonna enjoy these tacos. I basically worked from 7 to 12 and it's now 3 p.m. So I still gotta put in a few more extra hours after I'm done eating. I don't know what's been happening lately, but I've been locked in. Like everything has been going so well. My sleep has been on point, my nutrition has been on point, my training has been on point, everything's been on point, and the summer is coming. Like the vibes are high right now. Now, to end of the day, I want to work on my personal projects for a while. I really want to drop my own digital products like wallpapers and LUT packs, and I was looking for a place to handle the selling of these products, but pretty much all the no-code options I saw would have taken crazy high fees, which I just wasn't comfortable with. So I started looking into building the e-commerce store myself. And as you can imagine, as someone who works full-time, has a YouTube channel, but still wants to have a personal life, I didn't want to take on another big project on my plate, building the store and having to design everything from scratch. Which is why I started to look into some of the new AI builders and ended up landing on Lovable for a few reasons. First of all, I saw that with Lovable integrating Stripe and Supabase was made super easy with the native Supabase integration, and all I had to do was create a Stripe setup and super base account, and Lovable handled pretty much everything else. Also with Lovable, I actually can own the code and upload the whole code base to my GitHub, so if I want to make changes to the code myself, that's totally possible. And lastly, the UIs I saw other people make using Lovable were just insanely clean, which is exactly the look I wanted to go for as well. Lovable also has this edit mode, which allows you to select any component and make edits on your own straight from the browser without wasting your credits on simple prompts like you would have to with other AI builders. So to get started, all I had to do was write a prompt here of what I wanted to do, and then in the project view I have the chat on the left and a real-time view of my project on the right, so I can see all the changes. Something I didn't expect was that Lovable was able to fix many of the errors completely on its own, which something like Copilot struggles a lot with in my experience. Now, is this something that's gonna completely take away developer jobs? Personally, I don't think so, because like I said, there are platforms out there that you can use to sell digital products online without having to code anything, but there's still developers working on e-commerce sites. Lovable just does a lot of the groundwork needed for getting a startup or a product off the ground, which is invaluable at the start so you can focus on shipping fast. Overall, I think it's a great tool, which is why I reached out to them and asked if they wanted to work together, and they ended up sponsoring the video, which I was super happy about, so big shout out to them. And with that said, if you want to bring your ideas to life quickly, then make sure to check out Lovable with the first link in the description. You can even play around with it for free to see how you like the experience. Good morning, y'all. Today is a Tuesday and I found this lion's mane in my cabin. I didn't even remember I had it. Basically what it is, it's a nootropic that's supposed to help with your brain function, brain health, or even apparently it can help with anxiety and depression. I'm not a doctor though, so do your own research on it. But yeah, on its own it tastes like absolute garbage, I'll be honest with y'all. Which is why I stopped using it in the first place. But now that I found it and I was about to make a protein shake anyways, I decided to throw it in the protein shake. And it's alright now. Like, you can definitely taste the aftertaste, but it's not terrible. Also yesterday I got this email from YouTube to put in an order for my 100k plaque. We did it, chat. We did it. So I'm thinking the plaque has to go on this wall right here, so that every time I walk anywhere into crib, I can always see the plaque, right? Like, that's the biggest achievement in my entire life. Even if we reach 1 million, I'm still gonna put more value on the 100k plaque than the million plaque, because going from 0 to 100,000, I'd say it's mentally more challenging. Kind of like with going from 0 to 100,000 with money, because when you start from 0, you don't know that it's gonna work. But now that we're at 100,000, I at least know that some people enjoy the videos and it's easier to keep going, right? Starting from 0, getting like 10 viewers a video, that's the hardest part. And you can apply this logic to anything in life, like even programming. Once you get your first job, life gets so much easier for you. So the lesson is, while you're in the trenches, that's the most important time to keep going. You just need that initial win under your belt and everything gets so much easier, I promise you all that. And if you keep moving just a little bit, tiny bit every single day, then you're about to get that win at some point. Also, the timing for reaching 100,000 was immaculate. It couldn't have been better. It was Easter Sunday, we were having dinner with the boys, and that night is definitely one of the most memorable nights in my entire life. So thank y'all so much for supporting me and subscribing to the channel. Like 100,000 people, that's a lot of people, bro. Like, I don't know, I've been battling with this imposter syndrome and all of that stuff. Basic stuff that everybody goes through. Like, you don't feel like you're good enough, or you don't feel like you deserve the success, or all of that stuff. But if 100,000 people decided to click subscribe on my channel, then maybe we're doing something right here. That's literally one of my biggest childhood dreams, coming from an insecure kid who was afraid to show his face in front of a camera to now reaching 100,000 subscribers. Like, if that doesn't show y'all that anything is possible in life, then I don't know what does, because even my English is quite bad sometimes. I speak with an accent, people always clown on me for the accent, and obviously I make videos in English, so I wouldn't say the odds were stacked in my favor, but that just goes to show you, if you try every single day, then eventually good things will come for you. I'm pissed, gang. I am pissed. So basically I was doing something which required me to compare different objects, right? And these objects can be nested, so they can have objects inside of objects. And of course my first thought is to use Lodash or some function found in Lodash, like the is equal, for example, which does a deep comparison on the objects. But then I started thinking, does the order of the fields in these objects matter when you're doing the deep comparison? I asked Copilot, like I pretty much always do whenever I'm in doubt. I just ask Copilot and see what it says. And Copilot says that basically yes, it matters. So now I'm in a situation where I'm doing a function to normalize these objects, and keep in mind they're nested objects, so I'm doing this crazy recursion, all this shit, while this whole time the is equal function could have just done it from the get-go for me. Maybe this is a user error, but that's annoying. Like with AI, there's always something like this happening. So yeah, a good reminder to myself as well. Do not trust the AI blindly. Anyways, it's 5 p.m. right now, and I've gotten a package from IKEA actually. So I'm gonna go pick that up right now. And yeah, this place is finally starting to come together. It's almost time for the house tour. Not quite yet. Also, look at this. You know I have these lights on the shelf, right? What I did is I added this one Philips Hue light at the back of the shelf. So especially during night, this looks amazing right now. Of course, got the spotty right there. Little spotty light. Oh, and also I added a light up there. So yeah, the lighting is starting to be exquisite around here. So basically we've been hosting these dinners with the boys lately, and one sentence that's been popping up on every single dinner is, we wish we had a PS5. So
What
the
did
boy
you do?
gave in, we got the PS5 Slim and 2 controllers for the boys and me. Stay tuned. How replaced coding with gaming coming soon.
Yeah. And stay like super tuned to watch him get fully smoked on COD.
Yeah, this guy was talking crazy shit. He doesn't know who he's talking to, honestly. You have no idea.
he has no idea either, bro. You guys should have seen me in 2012. Bro.
He's a casual. I was an actual pro. For the past few years, I haven't played really any video games at all, basically. Y'all know my past with video game addiction. So I'm hoping this won't be my downfall. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. But basically all of my friends live in the same apartment buildings as me, and lately we've been having a lot of different dinners and get-togethers and things of this nature. And yeah, on every one of those we wish we would have been able to play FIFA or something with each other, but nobody just had a PS5 before. So I went ahead and bought one. If you all remember, last year I made a vlog, and in that vlog I even said that I wanted to get a PS5. But yeah, I'm pretty much only gonna play like FIFA and COD. Funny enough, one of my literal dreams as a kid, like I can visually remember this. All I wanted to do was play video games in a box in the sky, and I mean, we're here. We got the PS5, we live in the high-rise apartment. Bro, this is funny, this is so funny. I can already imagine the nights. Having the boys here, playing some FIFA, Milo chefing up some steaks for us. Yeah, this summer is gonna be big vibes. Okay, so while Black Ops 6 was downloading, I had this idea for a personal project I wanted to make quickly. A lot of you always ask me about the songs I use in my videos, and listing those can be a bit of a pain in the ass, mostly because the way I structure my audio files isn't as organized as the way I organize my video files. So basically I would have to manually type out all timestamps and song names, etc. But to my surprise, my main editing software DaVinci Resolve has an API you can tap into, and this got my brain fired up instantly. Now the documentation here is the worst I've ever seen in my entire life, I'll be honest with y'all. But I was able to create a simple Python script that goes through the audio tracks in my video projects and writes out the songs and the timestamps for those songs into a TXT file. So now when I'm uploading a video, all I have to do is click here to run the script, and if you open the description box of this video, you can see all the songs right there with the timestamps. Obviously this isn't some groundbreaking project by any means, but stuff like this just makes me appreciate the profession I have chosen just a little bit more. You know, once you start doing something full time, it's so easy to lose the spark for it, but if you manage to solve your own real life problems with the skills you learn, it feels amazing, trust me. So if you're feeling burnout while learning to code, try to make something that fixes a problem in your personal life. I feel like those type of projects really bring the spark back. But yeah, the sunset was also insanely beautiful. I'm honestly so happy that the summer is coming, and I can't wait to show y'all how beautiful Finland can truly be. Athlete, bro.
Bro, athlete? Who says
Yeah.
that?
I'm a Call of Duty athlete.
Who says that?
Alright chat, today is a national holiday in Finland. It's called May Day. It's basically a, would you say it's a workers' holiday? Like
Yeah, workers
celebrating
and
the workers. Yeah, celebrating the workers and the students.
Yeah.
Basically, 90% of the country is out there drinking right now. Like, tell them, it's true.
No, it is true, and they're all wearing like the thing that makes it a tradition.
yeah.
They all have this white hat.
Yeah, the
they
hat
drink.
you get when you graduate high school. But they all wearing that and out
If
there
you look
drinking
outside,
right
like
now.
actually, they're everywhere, man. It's like a zombie apocalypse.
Facts. We're not really into that stuff. So Milo came through, blessed us with the greatest steaks, chimichurri and asparagus.
Steak plus chimbo. That's
Incredible,
the
bro.
And
And
Milo's
Call of
chip.
Duty on the background.
You know?
Like this is my type of summer night, bro. Thank you, chef.
Thank you, chef.
So we're gonna finish up eating, and in 1.5 hours we got the sauna booked up. We're just gonna be chilling, not doing too much, and yeah, that's how we spend our national holidays. Cooking them. He's cooking them.
He's cooking your KD, man.
He's cooking my
He's
KD.
not cooking that.
Well, let's see the KD, bro.
Pull up the KD, man.
9 and 39. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Milo, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. That is dookie. Give me a new map. Give me a new map.
No, this is your map. Alright, today is Friday. Most people actually took the Friday off and started the weekend on the Wednesday, but because of Easter and the Labor Day yesterday, we basically had 3 weeks in a row that are shortened. And I'm the type of person that if I take too much time off, then I just start to feel sluggish, which is why I'm still working today. It's 1:30 right now, and I'm just eating some lunch. Got a shrimp salad with some fruits and some veggies. It's really good. Oh, and I know some people are gonna ask, what happened to the S25 Ultra? Why you're not using the S25 Ultra? And bro, check this out. Basically, the main camera on the S25 Ultra has some kind of weird stain. I have no clue what it is, but whenever I try to take a picture on the phone, it's got this weird stain looking thing on the main lens, which is super annoying because obviously I post a lot on my Instagram stories and even film clips for my YouTube videos with my phone. Like, I need the phone camera to function properly. But yeah, it's weird because on the lens itself, it doesn't look like there's anything wrong with it. So I'm not exactly sure how this happened. Also, I got a lot of questions about my income and stuff on Instagram. So it's actually funny timing because we just did the taxes for last year for my YouTube business. If you don't know, all of my YouTube income and stuff basically goes to my business and not me personally, because if it went to my personal account, I would be paying crazy amounts of taxes. Like, I don't even want to talk about that stuff right now. But yeah, I guess I'll just show you. In Finland, companies' tax returns are public information, so you're gonna see this anyways. So I might as well just save you the trouble of trying to dig for it and show you myself. But last year from YouTube related activities, so sponsorships, ad revenue, and maybe that was something else like selling video services to clients or stuff. I sometimes do that, not often, so it's not a huge portion of the income. But in total we made 33,212 euros and 11 cents. And the profit on that was 15,883 euros and 31 cents, which I thought it's gonna be closer to zero because I bought all of the best camera gear and laptops and displays and everything, and I thought that I can just business expense all of those things. But the way it works is that when I buy a camera, for example, this camera and this lens and this microphone in total cost me like 6,000 euros at least. And I have 2 cameras, 3 lenses, and just a bunch of stuff that cost a lot of money. Towards the end of the year, I basically just emptied out my whole business bank account, bought everything I need to make great videos, because I thought to myself, okay, this year let's make zero profit and buy all of the best gear so that I can make the best possible videos for the upcoming years and make more profit, obviously, right? Come to find out like a week ago that I can only expense 25% of these purchases per year. So in 4 years I can fully expense them, but for now I basically have to pay taxes on 16k profit. But thankfully the YouTube stuff has been going up because my bank account was literally at zero at the end of the year. And yeah, I seriously thought to myself that you can just business expense all of this stuff. And of course this year we're gonna do the updated salary and expenses video, but I wanna save it for Q4 because that's usually when we make the most money as YouTubers. Because all the brands are just emptying out the clip for their marketing budgets, and there's a ton of new products coming out and stuff like that. So that's usually when you make the most amount of money. Overall, life is just peaking right now. Hit 100k, summer is coming, I'm motivated to work. I can finally see the fruits of my labor coming to fruition. I'm also very much aware that the results of today are because of the work I did in the past. So this isn't the time to start slacking. And look, if you're grinding every day and you're just not seeing the results, you have to keep going because it takes time for that work to start stacking up and bring you those results. Like I started the YouTube channel pretty much 2 years ago, and I'm just now seeing the proper results of it. And keep in mind that for 2 years straight, I've been trying to get better at this thing every single day. So yeah, literally the worst thing you can do is quit after like a couple of months if you're not seeing results. But if you never quit, then you can never lose, I promise you that. Alright, that was the little Saturday shopping spree. Went to Suit Supply, got this light blue shirt for the summer, and also I ordered the exact same one in light green as well. You know, just to have some color for the summer. And also, I got this. The green Irish tweed from Creed. I've been wanting this fragrance for the longest time because, like I always say, first impressions last, and if you pull up to a room smelling good, then people will subconsciously associate you smelling good with you taking care of yourself. And again, subconsciously, they're gonna take you more serious, which is gonna benefit you in the long run. So yeah, that's why I think fragrances are actually a pretty decent investment. If you don't agree with me, feel free to argue with a wall because I'm taking this take to my grave. Last night was the Garcia versus Romero fight. I didn't watch it because the timing was terrible. I was asleep. But today is one of the biggest martial arts events in Finland's history, basically. The main event is basically the Finnish version of Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. So a total gimmick fight, but the whole card in general is pretty good. Like a lot of up-and-comers from Finland. So me and the boys are gonna watch the event today at my place. It's gonna start in like a couple of hours. It's 4 p.m. right now. On the weekends, pretty much only work I do is related to YouTube, and obviously because I'm recording the video, this is my work for the week. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do any major work this weekend.
That's crazy, bro. Every time you cook in these buildings, this happens. But to be fair, that was the hottest pan I've ever seen in my life. Did you see how much smoke was coming out of it? Crazy.
This guy told me to put the
No,
pan
on my
the max heat.
Bro, that is just a lie.
This is basically now a smoke screen. Somebody threw a smoke grenade in my apartment, bro.
Bro's been playing way too much COD. Either way, guys, check out Milo's Chimbo.
Milo's?
Yeah, well, James and Milo's. It's a collaboration project. But what do you think? Do you think it looks good, boys?
Yeah, looks really good.
Yeah? Do you want to try it? Get this on camera, bro. Is it good?
That's insane. That's actually insane. Oh,
Hey, no cursing on the channel.
that's actually super insane.
That's super, wait, no, curse, but I'm gonna do a beep.
That's insane.
I spar with him on he gets on the middle with the power, it's not I told you it'd be a bloody fight. Control it up. Keep going. Come on. No, it's like... Fuck. You want to know my unbiased take of this fight? There is a very large age difference between these two fighters. I think Immo used to be a professional boxer, so clearly he has a massive amount of skill. He probably knows how to hit super hard. But his opponent's young, his opponent's hungry, and his opponent wants to win. My money, it's on Stagala.
I agree, bro.
Yeah? He fucking knocked him out! Straight up knocked him out, but I literally... 10 seconds, 5 seconds, what was it? 7 seconds, just knocks him out. Big respect. That's literally what we thought would happen. Bro, that is insane.
That's fucking
No way. What was it? 6 seconds. 6 or 7 seconds. Knocked out, not even a takedown, bro. Cold.
That's actually crazy.
Woo! Right across to the chin. Woo! He's like this.
No way, that's crazy.